Go.
Okay, so good morning everyone. My name is Sanaya Dawson, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about cellular communication and multiple sclerosis. So first I want to start by giving you guys some background information about what multiple sclerosis is. So it's an autoimmune disorder, and in your autoimmune disorder, your immune system attacks your healthy cells versus cells made by invaders such as bacteria and viruses. And in multiple sclerosis, your immune cells attack the myelin sheath, causing slowed or terminated nerve impulses. And because the myelin is being damaged, it can also be classified as a demyelinating disorder. So there are 4 types of multiple sclerosis. You have primary progressive, relapsing remitting, secondary progressive, and then progressive relapsing. So in primary progressive, your symptoms gradually get worse, and disabilities occur from the beginning of your diagnosis or whenever you start feeling like you have multiple sclerosis. And then relapsing remitting, you have symptoms comes in waves.
Here we go.
All right.
Like mark it, say go.
All right, so relapsing remitting, your symptoms come in waves or flare-ups followed by periods of recovery or remission. And then in secondary progressive, instead of your symptoms getting worse, your disabilities get worse. And then in progressive relapsing, it's the least common type of multiple sclerosis, and it starts off where it has progressive worsening from the beginning, and you have occasional relapses. And I have a little graph. There's only 3 on here because the primary progressive is not the primary progressive. The progressive relapsing is the least common, so they don't have much data. But it's just showing the relationship between increase in disability and time. So how is multiple sclerosis a cellular communication disorder? So in cell communication, we have 3 stages. And in the transduction pathway, it includes reception, transduction, and response. So in reception, the nerve detects the signals. In transduction, the signal is sent throughout the nerve, nerve, and the ligand attaches to a receptor, triggering the last stage, which is response. And in response, your cells simply carry out tasks that it's ordered to do. In multiple sclerosis, there are complications in the transduction pathway, and that can also lead to complications in the response pathway. Right here on my board, these are 2 nerve cells, and they communicate through synaptic signaling. It's a type of local signaling. And the signals right here, these are dendrites, and the signal is detected by these dendrites. So the signal travels throughout the cell body and down the axon to the synapse. And that's when the synapse gives the signal to this new nerve cell, and that's how the cells communicate with one another. But as you can see right here, there's a healthy cell, and then in multiple sclerosis, this is the myelin sheath and it's damaged. So the like in the transduction pathway, the transduction stage is where the problem occurs because the signal cannot efficiently go throughout the axon of the nerve. And the purpose of myelin is to aid in the transfer of signals, and it helps cause the axon to not be inflamed. See that another better picture. Oh, also because whenever your immune system attacks your cells, it causes lesions or plaques called sclerosis, and it causes in various places of your central nervous system, which is your brain and your spinal cord region. And these little white plaques right here, that's the sclerosis. And because it forms in various parts, that's where they get the name multiple sclerosis from. Okay, so we have what causes MS. So there's no specific cause for multiple sclerosis. Scientists and researchers think that it's a combination of genetic factors and environmental factors. And one of the genetic factors that I researched was the HLA-DRB1 gene, and it's located on chromosome 6. You can see it on my board at the very bottom. And it's a speculated cause because there are different variants of this gene. So in some variants, they'll perform normally, and in other variants, it'll increase your risk of multiple sclerosis. But there was also another genetic factor. I didn't put it on my board because I couldn't find a lot of research on it. It's called the IL-7R gene, and it's something to do with receptors, but I couldn't really put it in simple terms to explain it to y'all. So if y'all want to go look at it, you can look at Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic or other resources. So there are also a few environmental factors as well, but the only one I put on here was the Epstein-Barr virus. And other environmental factors include smoking and low vitamin D. But the Epstein-Barr virus is a type of herpes virus which can increase the amount of neurofilament in light chambers in your bloodstream, which is a biomarker for several neurodegeneratives. And I also read about this experiment that they did. They tested over 10 million people, I believe, and of those 10 million people, 801 of them was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And of those 801, only one person tested negative for the Epstein-Barr virus. So I thought that was very interesting. There's a picture of someone on face. So who gets multiple sclerosis? So you can develop multiple sclerosis at any age, any gender, any ethnic group, but the most mainly people develop it around the 20s to their 40s, but you can get it at any age. It's predominant amongst Caucasians, but there are black people who get it, Hispanics, other ethnicities, and women are 2 to 3 times more likely to get multiple sclerosis compared to men. This is Tamia Hill and Clay Walker. They're both singers and songwriters, but Tamia Hill, she's 48, and she sings R&B, and she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2003 when she was 27. And then Clay Walker, he's a country songwriter, and he was diagnosed at 26 with multiple sclerosis. All right, some symptoms. There's a lot of symptoms of multiple sclerosis. You can see here on my board, every area of your body that's affected by multiple sclerosis, and you can see there's an arrow pointing to every part of your body. But some of the main symptoms I want to talk about is dealing with pain, vision, muscles, and speech. So pain, you can have pain in the back of your head from a constant head nod caused by multiple sclerosis, and then you can have constant involuntary eye movement, which can cause pain in the back of your eyes. And with vision, you can have blurred vision, double vision, or you can lose your vision completely. So the mainly all the symptoms occur in your muscles, but I only put a few, and that includes cramping, muscle weakness, involuntary movement, and poor balance. You can also have slurred speech with multiple sclerosis. And here's a better picture. Diagnosing multiple sclerosis. So since they don't know a specific cause for multiple sclerosis, they can't have a specific diagnosis. So the way to diagnose this, you have to cross everything else off. Like you have to throw everything else off before you can diagnose it. But a lot of testing they include blood tests, MRIs, cognitive testing, spinal taps, and blood potentials. And that's just a few ways to test for multiple sclerosis. But again, you're just ruling everything else out. So some treatments include where you have medications, you have chemotherapy, immunosuppressants, and you have anti-inflammatory drugs. So there's a special type of chemotherapy used to treat multiple sclerosis, and it's called hematopoietic stem cells. Well, it's a hematopoietic stem cell transplantation, and it basically just kills the bad immune cells, and it rebuilds your immune system from your bone marrow. And that's all I can really find about that. I was trying to find more details about it, but I couldn't really get into it or make it make sense. And so the immunosuppressive drugs just reduces your immune response because it is an autoimmune disorder. And the anti-inflammatory drugs, it counteracts the inflammation because since the axon is inflamed, it causes trouble with everything else. And then some more treatments include acupuncture and support groups. Acupuncture is used to relieve pain in different parts of the body. And then research shows that in support groups, sharing experiences to overcome or cope with depression. And make sure I'm done. And that's all. Here's my works cited.